Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, wah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Good evening, Metal Faithful. It is I, your mandated reporter, and frankly I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich, and this is the Metal Hammer of Doom. It's Everybody Hates Star Wars week here on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network, and we're bringing you a bevy of Star Wars-related podcasts and micro shows and other content for your viewing and listening pleasure. Tonight, in line with our Star Wars content, is a review of Galactic Empire, Episode 2. It came out earlier this month, the month of May 2018, and we're going to review it for you right now. I am not alone. My co-pilot, the Chewbacca to my Han Solo, he's back and front and up and down, and he's all those things. Ladies and gentlemen, Lowe's has finally set him free after keeping him hostage for weeks on end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Robert Cooper, the Metal Coop. How do you do, sir?
Free at last, free at last. I'm away from Lowe's for 2 days. I'm free at last.
Hot diggity. And if he's Chewbacca, then this man has to be Lando Calrissian. Ladies and gentlemen, he's pansexual. Jesse Starcher, how do you do, sir?
And the liberals had Roseanne canceled.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't believe it.
I thought that was funny as hell. That was fucking hilarious.
Is that where we're starting our Star Wars show with fucking Roseanne? Can I tell you I didn't even get the joke, by the way? Like, I read what she wrote on Twitter, and I was like, I don't understand what she wrote here. I guess she's calling black people monkeys. I guess that was it. Is that about right?
I think that was the part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know. All I understand is that, yes, there was some inflammatory stuff said, and Roseanne got canceled, and a lot of people are upset about it. Now,
you know what? It'll be back.
Star Wars.
Good transition, Lando.
If he's Lando, like, how far on the Al Jolson scale is he going?
What? Oh, Jesse, sing Mammy for me, would you? One time.
Al Jolson terrifies me.
We were just talking about Al Jolson, weren't we there, Mark? You mentioned that, like, I don't know if we were on a podcast or getting ready for one.
We definitely talked about Al Jolson because I brought up the fact that my wife and I danced to one of his songs.
We have a Metal Hammer of Doom extra on November Rain that's just waiting and itching to get out there, and I haven't released it yet. It's not on the network or on YouTube yet. So I think that's how it got all it all started, because that November Rain was my song, and you guys had an Al Jolson song. I don't know who the hell Al Jolson is.
Al Jolson was
but I
famous
just
for
type
singing.
it in and I see blackface.
Yeah, Al Jolson was famous for singing in blackface, but he was a very talented singer. The problem with Al Jolson is that that's what he gets associated with, is the blackface. But like, I don't believe he was in any way racist or or whatever. I think that was he was a product of his time, and I believe it was "Let Me Sing You a Song and I'm Happy." Was the "Let Me Sing You a Song and I'm Happy." Let me sing you.
Now I get Robert's joke.
Yes. Yes. A song and I'm happy.
Coop, we've established that anytime Mark makes a reference, I make him explain it. All right? That just has to happen. Because a lot of times they go over my head.
Yeah, it's "Let Me Sing and I'm Happy" by Al Jolson. I believe that's what we danced to.
Oh, very nice.
I mean,
very
nice.
Nice.
Let me look. We can afford a little time for this. What care I who makes the laws of a nation? Let those who will take care of its right and wrongs. Who care I who cares for the world's affairs? As long as I can sing its popular songs. I think that describes me perfectly.
Yeah.
Let me
I'd
sing.
agree.
Let me sing a sunny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can start you laughing, I'm happy, Jesse Starcher. Happy. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts who loved in vain like Robert Cooper. And if my song can start you crying, Robert, I'm happy. Let me croon a low-down blues that lifts you out of your seat. If my blues could reach your shoes and start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing of Dixie's charms, of cotton fields and Mammy's arms. And if my song can make you homesick,
you're really going for it.
I'm happy. I'm about to run into my bedroom and start singing this to Melissa.
Uh-oh.
And she's going to take every single comic book on that shelf
and beat me over the head with it. Dude, it's a nice song, isn't it?
That's very
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if somebody left the cat out in the rain, though.
Oh my goodness.
Someone
Coop,
left
you know
my
what
cat
happened?
out in
Guess
the
what
rain.
happened? Guess what happened in the November Rain video?
Somebody left their cat out in the rain.
The cake. Someone left a cake out in the rain.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
A damn cake.
I ain't talking the band cake.
Oh, goodness.
He's going the distance. This is the most tangential podcast I've been a part of this week. All right. Let's get into this. So, Galactic Empire, as Jesse and I talked about on one of the micro shows that we did this week, we actually reviewed Galactic Empire this past November when Everybody Hates the Last Jedi came out. And
I did not hate that movie. I enjoyed
Not the
that.
title.
I love The Last Jedi. I think people are assholes, but whatever. Anyway, it was Star Wars week that week. We reviewed the Princess Leia comic, and we reviewed The Last Jedi, and then we followed up with a review of the first Galactic Empire album, their debut album. Well, right quick, they got down to business, and they pulled some songs from The Phantom Menace and some other parts of the Star Wars series soundtracks, and they put out another album, as I said earlier. So that's what we're going to review tonight. Are you excited about this, Jesse? What do you think of the old Galactic Empire?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to stray from the path just a little bit. That's a callback, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, break, motherfucker. Go on.
I want to stray from the path, and what I want to do here is I want to give my final thoughts on the album right up front, because this Galactic Empire album is just like we got with the first. We have a lot of metal covers of a lot of Star Wars songs, and it doesn't get much more in depth than that unless you guys have some nice little bits of knowledge that you may be able to bestow upon me as we listen to this. But I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I don't know which song goes with which movie. There's some very familiar tunes throughout here. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that if you're a Star Wars fan and you like metal, boom, this is the album for you. So what I'm going to do in between songs, hey, I might chime in every once in a while, but I've liked every song. There's not a song on here that I want to turn the album off on. I am going to interject with some Star Wars trivia as we go in between the songs, and we'll pit Robert Cooper up against Mark Radulich on
That's
Star
not
Wars
fair.
trivia.
He's gonna win.
And we'll find out. I think I know who's got this in the bag, but we'll find out.
Yeah, like
who's
I got
gonna win
that.
at the
Like
end
I
of
got
this.
that covers album show in the bag, right? You motherfucker.
I don't recall what you're saying, other than the fact that you lost.
I
That's
taste
unfortunate.
A little salt. Yeah, with all salt. Man, it's like an ocean breeze.
I don't know if I want to do this because the judge is a cheat and a liar.
10 questions apiece. 10 questions apiece. How many songs we got on this album? 13?
Sure. 1, 2,
That's-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
11. Well, that might work out just well then. All right. So, okay, be ready. That's what we're going to get into, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get some metal Star Wars from Galactic Empire, and you're going to get some trivia kind of sprinkled in between.
All right. Robert, anything you want to add to the discussion before we jump into the first track, which is March of the Resistance?
I mean, yeah, I really dig. I dug what we listened to last time. It was nice and creative. It's not often that you see a band that's technically a gimmick band actually pull it off for more than one album. So we'll thinking it's gonna be a good one.
All right, then here we go. As I said before, this is our first track. It's straight up from the Force Awakens. This is March of the Resistance. Alrighty, so that was March of the Resistance, which I believe they did the video for, if I remember correctly, right, Jess?
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Okay, cool. Alright, what's your first fucking question?
Well, we're going to bring Robert Cooper right up to the podium here, and I'm going to ask him, Robert Cooper, you ready?
No, but I guess I'm ready.
Darth Vader cuts off Luke's left or right?
Penis.
Oh God, I don't think he had two peni. Would it be peni? Would it be penis?
Peni.
Like octopi. Peni. Ooh. Right.
That is correct. 1 point for Robert Cooper. All right, Mark, you ready for your question?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Let me go ahead and tap my phone. Go ahead.
All right. Which of these last names does Leia not have a family connection to? Skywalker, Amidala, Fett, or Organa?
Fett.
That is correct. It's tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Ow! All right. So, Jesse, you saw The Force Awakens. What did you think of... Now, were you able to place the music? Do you know, when I pitched the title at you, March of the Resistance, do you know roughly what we're talking about?
No clue.
Alrighty. How about you, Robert Cooper?
I've seen it. I've only seen it. I've only seen it twice, but not necessarily.
This is from the... Did you say it was from The Last Jedi?
No, it's from The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, I'm sorry. Yeah, no clue, man. I've seen that movie once, I think. And I have no idea where this song pops up in.
You've only watched it once?
Force Awakens, I'm pretty sure I've only watched once. I tried to watch it again with my daughter, but we know how that goes. We got to start at the beginning, and you know she probably gets a little bored after the first 15 minutes of the New Hope. So,
okay, yeah, like I can't even like judge because we all know how it went with my daughter. Jesus Christ,
did it not go well?
It did not go as well. So March of the Resistance, like I said, was in the Force Awakens. Musical track and theme composed by John Williams that represents the Resistance in the 2015 Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. It first plays in the film when Poe Dameron and the Resistance forces arrive on Takodana to fight the First Order at Maz Kanata's castle. The motif is continued in Han and Leia and Scherzo for X-Wings, which is the next track that we're going to hear, and the first single that they released for Episode 2. So here we go, once again, from the Force Awakens. This is Scherzo for X-Wings. Oh, that familiar Star Wars refrain. All right, what'd you think of that one?
I can tell you that little bit of the Star Wars theme that kind of just it's intermittent throughout most of these songs. Dun, 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 dun. You hear that a lot throughout here, and it just I don't want to say I want to get tired of it because it's part of the song and they're doing freaking covers, so I can't really blame these guys for what they're doing unless I don't know the original material enough, the source material enough to say that they're adding or taking away stuff from it. But I mean, it's okay. It was an all right song. Like I said, just about every song on here is decent. So, Coop?
Yeah, one thing I noticed, even on tracks where I'm like, oh, okay, I don't quite know this song. I'm like, oh, they kind of just randomly splash in parts and pieces of songs I do know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's
cool.
indicative of the actual composition. That John Williams weaved a lot of the same material from other songs into his soundtracks.
Okay, so this is definitely John Williams' influence here, and not
I don't
Galactic Empire doing this.
Yeah, no, I don't think they just went their own way with it. I think they're kind of doing it note for note what John Williams composed.
Okay.
I'm trying to find a list of where each of these, because some of these I know just by looking at them. Like a Hyperspace, I'm pretty sure is from The Empire Strikes Back. As I look down, the droid invasion, the appearance of Darth Maul, that's obviously Phantom Menace. Kylo Ren arrives at the battle, that's obviously The Force Awakens. Love Pledge in the Arena, that's Attack of the Clones. Rey's theme, again, The Force Awakens. The departure of Boba Fett, Empire. The Emperor is probably Empire. Maybe Return of the Jedi. Probably Return of the Jedi. Into the Trap. It's a trap! It's a trap! The Screaming Boy Podcast.
I think he'd like it. What are they called? Calamari?
Mon Calamari, yeah.
Yes.
Into the Trap is pretty sure Return of the Jedi, and the Battle of Yavin is A New Hope. All right. So speaking of hyperspace, that's our third track. Oh, do you want to do your stupid questions?
Oh, stupid questions. Robert Cooper. Cooper. Who does R2 not carry a message for? Leia, Han, or Luke?
Ooh.
I know the answer to this. Can I steal?
Shut up, Mark.
I know the answer to this.
Dude, it's obvious.
Stop it.
I don't think he carried one for Han.
Very good. One point.
Thanks for the help there, Mark Radulich. You helped me really kind of figure that one out.
You're welcome.
It's been a while since I've seen most of the Star Wars films. I own them all on Blu-ray now.
I own them on Blu-ray, and I own them on Verizon Digital, which is on Frontier.
I was going to say he probably owns the special edition on VHS.
Not anymore, I don't.
Guaranteed. All right. Mark Radulich, Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader in his 30s or in his 20s? I think that's... Now, I'm not the biggest Star Wars...
20s.
Yeah, that's correct. Tie game, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2.
All right. So here we go. Now we'll do our third track here. This is Hyperspace. It's so funny. I can absolutely place about where that is in the movie. I've seen the movies enough times, and the music has always stood out to me. So, like, I know about when that is, and I like, you guys, I guess, haven't watched the movies as much as I have, but yeah, like, I hear stuff and I'm like, yeah, I remember this. And also, I really, I've listened to this now a few times, and this didn't jump out at me at first, but listening to it now and having to pay close attention to it, I'm like, oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, the album itself, it's almost like a soundtrack. because it does the exact same job a soundtrack would do. If you listen to a lot of soundtracks and you know the movie backwards and forwards, you're going to be able to easily place where that song's at. And I think that's a very good reason why a lot of people like listening to soundtracks, because it reminds them of their favorite movie. If you put on the soundtrack for Back to the Future, which is on Spotify, I even created a playlist on there, throwing some other songs interspersed to like go along with the flow of the movie. So it's almost like you're listening to the movie, but it's just all the soundtracks in order as to how they occur. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to listen to that happen. And with Galactic Empire, it just makes it that much better when it's completely metal, and it does sound good. They do a great job. They know their instruments easily, and it sounds great. Coop?
Yeah. For me, with actually with a lot of the Star Wars music, I would say I've experienced video games almost as much as I have the movies. I guess in my lifetime, like Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
I played the fuck out of that, even though I was trash at it. It took me a year when I was a kid to beat the first level, because I got lost. Always got lost. But I found cheats for it, and it was amazing.
That's
like you could unlock the Millennium Falcon and a TIE Fighter, and there was a secret code in there where you can unlock the Naboo the Naboo Starfighter.
Mm-hmm.
Before the movie even came out.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And there was another code that turned the V-Wing into a 1970s.
Oh, never mind.
The V-Wing into a 1970s car. That it was super glitchy, so it would always fuck up.
Yeah, I could see the V-Wing looking like a car.
And then, actually, the funnier thing was the Infinite Lives code was dead Dak. Because it's Dak. That puts. But yeah, like a lot of. Yeah. And there was actually a level Chicken, which was a hidden level where you could play as an AT-AT, even though like it had no end to it, so you just have to reset.
AT-STs,
but with the music,
AT-STs, I'm gonna come. Sorry, go ahead.
Jeez.
That's right, it was an AT-ST. Oops. Yeah, because AT-AT is the big one. Yeah, but anywho, that's where a lot of my experience comes from, just dealing with those moments in the games. You know, it's got a lot of the same music. It's absolutely fantastic. Though I will say, total side note, my uncle used to have an AT-AT mint condition in the box, and my grandma gave it to my cousin.
Oh.
He was in college.
Oh, no.
She's like, yeah, it's that dog-looking thing. I'm like, Grandma, did you give away Uncle Thad's AT-AT? Yeah. I'm like, oh, how could you? I was like 12 at the time, and I'm like, how could you do that, Grandma?
You know, these poor grandmothers. But my dad's comics, that AT-AT, I mean, I just, like, they fucking know, dude. You know, I'm going to stand up for the grandmas of the world right now. They don't know that your shit's, like, worth something. They assumed it was worthless shit when you bought it, and that it was still worthless shit. Jesus.
Like my stepdad told me, like, I had 2 trumpets sitting in my room for years. I've only can use one of them. So I just Goodwilled the other one. And he's like, why didn't you try to sell it? You can make some money off of it. I'm like, because it has dents. The valves don't move, and it's old.
I remember one Christmas, my uncle bought me a bass guitar. Like I said, I wanted to learn how to play bass. There was a point in my life where I really wanted to be in a band. I was in a band in high school. I was a singer because I have no musical talent, and I graduated from school, and throughout college, you know, I was super into music, more so than even now, believe it or not. And I wanted to be in a band. I missed being in a band when I was in high school. So I was like, well, I'm not the world's greatest singer, so let me make myself more useful. I'll learn how to play an instrument. And I'm like, well, I've got fat caveman hands, so let me learn how to play bass because I don't need to have like dainty guitarist hands for that. And I took a couple of lessons, and I just fell out of it for a while. Like what I've learned about my inner psychology is that I can't deal with repetition, and that's what playing music is a lot of repetition.
Well, that's bass guitar.
Yeah.
God. Oh, good night. You chose like one of the most repetitious instruments you can find.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all really repetition. You're playing a lot of the same notes in succession. That's how you create a song. I mean, there's some change, basically, overall, but for the most part, it's C, 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 A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7. Jesse, what's that playing on the radio? Why does Jesse start fraying to and fro? He has never heard that song before.
All right, Coop.
I like how Jesse's just learned to not.
You?
Jesse's
I'm
not put up
moving
with
this
shit.
podcast forward.
That is not something I'm good at.
I am not. Yeah, Jesse's learned that if he doesn't step in, I'll go off like.
I must stop him.
Shout out to you, guy.
Yes. All right, Coop. Question number 5. Obi-Wan learned to become one with the Force.
What happened to 4? Like, are we? I've only had 2 questions.
Yeah, I know. You've had 1 and 3, and he's had 2 and 4.
Oh,
vice
okay.
versa.
Sorry,
on the
go
other.
ahead.
So, all right. So Obi-Wan learned to become one with the Force from Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, or Yoda.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
That is correct, sir. 1 point.
Good.
Robert
Good.
Cooper.
Good one.
All right, Mark Radulich. How tall is Chewbacca? 6'8", 8'11", 7'6".
7'6".
8'11". Oh my goodness! Robert Cooper is in the lead by a point right now.
Fuck me running. Okay.
I would have chose 7 foot. So you're, yeah.
I was there with you when I was looking at these answers. I was doing the same thing. I was like, nope,
ain't no
that's
fucking
not the
8
case.
feet tall. Jesus Christ.
12. I mean, 1 inch away from 12, or 1 inch 12. 1 inch away from 9.
Yeah.
1 inch away from 9 feet. 9 feet.
Size
So
of a fucking house. Get the fuck out of here.
he's getting salty already. I would hate for Robert Cooper to run away with a Star Wars win right here on the Metal Hammer of Doom tonight.
You gave me a shit question. You gave me a how many...
Shit! There's 3 choices there, just like Robert Cooper would have
You
had.
totally De La Soul 3 feet high and rising me, okay? You just asked me essentially how many times did the Batmobile catch a flat.
This is going to be a long trivia.
How many
if we have to deal with this already?
How many fibers are intertwined in a shredded wheat biscuit?
There's 3 choices.
Mark,
It's multiple choice.
it was just poop face. For the love of God, it was just poop face.
Oh, that's how we get into trouble. All right.
Oh boy.
All right, speaking of poop face, this is the droid invasion and the appearance of Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Let's try that again. I don't know about that one. I mean, it's fine. It's not bad, but I don't know if that was the best choice of a song to do metal style.
I can't remember if that's the one or the next one. There's one in here that starts off kind of slow, kind of like that one did, and I kind of dug it. That one, as it got going though, it didn't sound familiar. But regardless, it's a metal cover of a Star Wars song.
Yes, it is.
Beat that, Coop.
Let me say this: I got to give props to the drummer, the guy in the Boba Fett costume. He knows how to hit his drums, man. He's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that's actually one of my favorite songs. I just never knew the song name of it.
Okay, well now you've been educated.
Yeah, for now.
All right.
Because I'll probably forget the name of it.
Probably. All right, stupid question time. Let's go. Let's get this shit done.
Stupid answer time.
It's aggressive. All right, Robert Cooper. Robert Cooper. We're getting into some tough stuff here. Young Anakin Skywalker pod raced in the
Classic.
What?
Wasn't it the Boonta Eve Classic?
I didn't even have to give him the choices. That is correct, sir. The Boonta Eve Classic. I'd like to know how you know this. I really
because
would.
I played the Star Wars Pod Racer game enough.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we just did. It actually just got released right before the show came on. Me and Mark talked over the Star Wars Trilogy arcade game. We did a commentary on the playthrough for that.
Dude. So I went to one of my local barcades.
Yeah.
They had that.
Oh, really?
I ate like 3/4.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's still out there. You can actually still find like a Dave and Buster's that still has that or some shit.
So I assume you just
So
hate
fun.
Wampus.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that actually sucked is it took me a second playthrough to beat Darth Vader, though. That was a bitch.
Yeah, buddy. Hit the event button to turn your lightsaber on. It's like,
yeah, I had figured out how to properly control the stick, so it was good. It was good.
I see. All right, here we go, Mark Radulich. What color lasers do TIE fighters shoot?
That's easy.
Green, red, or orange?
Green.
That is correct. All right.
Yeah, you bet it
Because
is.
the evil guys always shoot the green lasers and the good guys shoot the red.
4-3. Robert Cooper coming through with the Boonta Eve Classic. That was the one that I never figured out.
I fucking knew that one too.
That song.
All right.
Like a kid, I loved episode 1 because Darth Maul was so cool to me.
Oh, he was
Then
a badass, dude.
And then I had a cool poster of him at my dad's house that I was terrified of.
So
I was like,
let me ask you a question. Are you guys aware that Darth Maul appeared in the Rebels and Clone Wars cartoons?
No.
I was.
You don't? Okay, you're not aware of this?
I don't watch the show, so I did not know that he was actually in there. I heard all about the season finale just recently and the big controversy about time travel and all this other bullshit. But other than that,
okay, well that I'm not aware of. But Darth Maul, it is canon. There's a reason I'm bringing this up, but I don't want to spoil things for people. So let me just say that Darth Maul actually lived in out of the Phantom Menace, and there's a point where he's walking around with like metal spider legs.
Whoa! So he survived?
Yeah, he survived.
Oh no shit! That's crazy.
Oh, so you are aware of it then, Robert?
Well, yeah, no, I was saying the whole time I knew about it.
Okay.
I didn't know about the time travel shenanigans, but
well, yeah. Be ready when you get to the end of the most recent season. There's some crazy stuff that happens.
Yeah, I don't watch Rebels. I don't watch Rebels.
Pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, I don't watch Rebels. I'm not 12. So.
I've heard it's good stuff.
So have I. I mean, I've actually heard that it's actually.
I just like Grand Admiral Thrawn is an actual thing.
Yeah, I tried the first season. I was talking about this on Damn You Hollywood. I tried the first season of Rebels, and I was like, nope, still too much of a 40-year-old man. I can't handle this. And my kid wasn't into it either at the time, so I was like, I don't really have a reason to watch this. A couple of years later, we tried Clone Wars, and like he would like, Jesse, I'm sure, can sympathize with this. Little dad talk here. Like, you might introduce something to your kids, and they might like it, but they won't take ownership of it. They won't, like, you can't just hand them the baton and be like, all right, do your thing, and then be as obsessed with this as I was at your age. They're like, it's cool. I'm glad you liked it as a kid. It's fine. I don't dislike it, but I'm going to do this new thing that I have access to.
Yeah, I've got Let's Plays to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got D's nuts to talk about.
Oh, boy. All right. This is Kylo Ren enters the battle. Fucking fell asleep there for a second and forgot I had to turn the damn song off.
You can tell when it's a villain song. When it's a song about a villain or it's a song about, like, the Emperor or some shit, it sounds dark.
Yeah. Yeah, John Williams knows how to set a mood.
Agreed.
All right, what's the next question?
What do you think of that song, Coop?
That had a real black metal vibe to it.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I thought it was, this version of it had a real black metal vibe. I think it's just because the notes are in a real, I don't know if it's kind of a minor key, but they're really staccatoed.
I got you.
It's just something about it. About it to me was just like black fucking metal, white boys, panda bear makeup, cold.
All right, Coop. Here we go. Who did Leia kiss first? Luke, Han, or Chewie?
Luke.
That is correct.
Yeah, because have you ever seen Grimoire the Inbred Jedi?
No.
No.
Oh, no. This is like
gosh,
some alternate universe stuff or something.
This is some animated thing that some dude made on YouTube, and it is hilariously twisted.
That's not good.
I'll have to send it to you because I'm sure somebody will love it.
Great.
All right, Mark Radulich. Han Solo's trusty blaster is a DL-44, BB-88, D-466.
The first one.
DL-44. That is correct. All right, moving on.
I knew it wasn't a BB-88 because I know what that is.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's not that
guessed.
one. So that only left two, and I just took an educated guess. No, I knew it because I know everything.
It was a guess, but he knew it. Coop. All right.
He knew it in his heart of hearts.
I guessed the right answer because I knew the right answer, so I guessed it. Shut up,
man! I would hate to play like board games with you.
Oh, I'm great.
I would
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I'm so much fun.
Oh, that was a miss. No, I knew it was. Right.
I play fair. I'm not going to say that I haven't stomped out of a room a few times. Needed some air, but don't we all need air? We're all oxygen-breathing animals.
Magic cards at people.
You throw magic cards. I never got into the whole magic phase. Like all my friends were big into magic, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to go to college and not play like."
My friends were, and that's the only reason I played it because I didn't really care beyond that.
All my cards are still out there in the garage right now.
Yeah, you gonna pass
Probably
them on
make
to your
money
kids?
out of that shit. I'm just saying.
You're gonna
Yeah.
Are you
I don't know.
gonna pass your magic cards on to your children?
I've got to teach them how to play first, or at least the thing is that it's a very expensive
Yeah, it
game.
is.
Gosh, is it expensive?
You know what's also expensive? Buying comics.
If there was, well, the thing is that I have a free app that was developed for Magic as well.
Nice, well done.
So,
This is the first time Mark's heard of it.
Yep.
fuck you, Mark Radulich.
What is this?
1 year solid. I've been posting links in that damn comics chat.
What is this internet you speak of? All right. All right, so let's move on to our next track here. This is The Love Pledge and The Arena. I have to tell you, Mr. Jesse Starcher, I am very fun to play board games with. We used to play Risk. Like, we had Lord of the Rings Risk and Star Wars Risk back in the day. Dude, we played, me, Jupac, and Chuck, we would play these, all-night games of Risk, man, till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Did that one time in college. I got invited to go over to a dorm, hang out with a buddy and a bunch of his friends, and we played one game of Risk that lasted till 4 in the morning. And I was like,
sounds
fuck
risky.
this game. Yeah, sounds risky. I'm not doing this ever again.
Oh, no, you got to play Risk.
I've never played Risk.
Dude, Risk is the shit.
I don't know how. I don't know, man. It got awful boring. It got awful fucking boring.
You gotta know the strategy. You gotta get that Australia, Papua New Guinea, and build up from there, because nobody can attack your rear. No one,
Oh yeah, sure.
No, they can't. They can't get up. They can't get all up in your.
I understand your homophobic strategy, sir.
They can't get all up in your homophobic. I don't know what you're talking about. But
You
anyway,
don't want guys attacking your rear.
yeah, exactly. Well, the whole point in Risk is you don't want anyone to attack your rear. You want to be able to put all your offense up front and leave your rear protected. Now, if you're, I don't know what you're laughing at.
I'm starting to figure out what the risk is here. Yeah,
Butt stuff.
the risk I might turn gay. I don't know.
I have no idea what you guys are talking
You might
about.
like it. Again, butt stuff.
You guys are very juvenile. I'm just trying to talk about how in Risk, if you start in Australia, Papua New Guinea, no one can get all up in your ass. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Papua New
Wow.
Guinea.
Yep.
Papua New Guinea.
Jesus Christ.
So anyway, yeah, Risk is not that. I did that one. I played once seriously in college, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this ever again.
My wife's best friend and her husband hung out with us one night, and we were drinking, we were playing Monopoly and listening to Beatallica.
Nice.
I love Metallica.
Dude, Beatallica is the shit. I don't know. Has Beatallica had any new albums? Like the last? This was years ago. So and by that point they had 2 or 3 albums. I don't know if they have any more.
I never heard of them.
Anyone want to weigh in here? Beatallica.
I see Abbey Load as 2013's Abbey Load is the last one on Spotify.
Okay.
Abbey Load.
Beatallica.
So, or what are these guys? Mash up Beatles and
Yes. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Metallica?
If you have a second, like tomorrow, you should definitely check out their Masterful Mystery Tour from 2009. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay, all right. Speaking of hilarious, what's this shit about Puddles the whatever clown or
Oh,
self-pity
you
clown?
haven't heard that?
No, I didn't know. I saw you post it, and I was like, he posted the wrong link. So what the hell is it?
All right, so my cop friend actually hit me to this. It's the Puddles Pity Party. So it's a sad clown. It's a sad Italian operatic clown singing covers of of famous songs. It's fantastic.
All right.
There's nothing
Very good.
because everything sounds better when it's sung by a sad clown.
Live at Joe's Pub. All right, let's get to the next question. Here we go. All right, Robert Cooper.
Why does
What
he always
is-
get to go first?
Because that's just the way it is, sir. Get used to it. I'm sorry you're one
I'm
point
black.
behind and you're upset. And yeah, he's black. All right. What is the name of Luke's childhood best friend who later served alongside him in the rebellion?
Dead meat.
Biggs Darklighter, Nien Nunb, or Wedge Antilles?
You don't know this?
I'd hate
I
to
could
play.
have swore it was Biggs Darklighter,
Oh,
but
that's a good answer.
it was fucking Wedge, wasn't it?
Nope. Biggs Darklighter is correct.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know what.
Are we
fucking
giving that to
Nien
him
Nunb-
because it doesn't? Wait a minute. Are you giving that to him?
Yeah, because he said he said Biggs Darklighter first.
But then he was like, "No, it's Wedge."
Oh no.
No, I said I
he-
bet you it's Wedge.
That's your
Because
answer.
his
No,
response-
I feel like this needs to go to the judge because I feel like his real answer was Wedge.
I
No,
just gave
my
him the
answer
points. I'm the
Biggs.
judge.
You're
No,
not the
my
judge. You're
answer
the
was
host.
Biggs. My response was like, no. I gave the response of, I guess I must have been wrong based off of the tone of his answer.
Your
Tone of his response.
your response was Nien Nunb. I know it.
Fucking Nien Nunb. That's the guy who's got the vagina face.
Yes. Yeah, that was Pussy Lips face.
Oh boy.
Nien Nunb give you the Nien rub.
Well now, Mark Radulich.
We call this the act of mating. Go ahead.
In how many forms of communication?
I'm just imagining that. That's what he fucking does. Flies face first into the fucking Death Star 2. He's like, I'm gonna fuck Death Star pussy.
All right, go ahead.
And how many forms of communication is C-3PO fluent? Over 12 million, over 6 million, or over 8 million?
6.
Oh, that is such a dick question to
I
give.
know,
me.
dude. It's just how they fell. I'm going straight down the line here.
6.
That is correct. That
Yeah.
is correct.
Motherfuckers.
All right. Well, now, still 1 point behind. Mark Radulich has
It's
5.
Bullshit.
Robert
it would be
Cooper
tied up
with
because
6.
he
I
totally
don't.
guessed Wedge
I have
Antilles.
no idea what you're talking about. I just hear a bunch of salt coming from going towards an open wound.
Yeah, you know, we need to send him in a time machine and throw him into China because he's quite the salt mine there.
Boo!
Oh
Really?
my goodness.
We're giving him
He'd be
credit
worth
for
a
that
lot
one?
of money.
We
Be
need-
worth a lot of money.
We need him and Justin Thomas on a podcast.
Oh,
together.
yeah. They need to start their own show called fucking Dad Jokes.
Why are we fucking dads? That's my question.
Oh, no.
Do it.
This is what the show's been missing. All right. Let's get on to the next track here. This be Ray's theme. Okay. So, Jesse, where are you getting these questions from? Like, what's your source?
I'm not going to tell you, sir, until after this quiz is over. I'm not risking you being right by your computer and hopping on there and trying to get all the answers.
All right, I'm not going to look on my computer. It's going to look on my phone. But all right.
Believe it or not, the website is a very strange website. It's definitely not something I would have expected Star Wars trivia to be on. So
Pornhub.
You know what? I was about to go starwhores.com.
That's a good one.
That, by the way, Race Theme, that was the song I was thinking of that kind of starts off slow that I really like. I think that actually may be my favorite off this album for some reason. I don't know why, but I dig it.
It's up there. It's one of the best ones on here, but it's not exactly my favorite, but it's really, really good because there's some really good guitar work on this one.
Coop?
Yeah, guitar work was really solid on it. I do like the different sort of vibe that it gave off with it being a little softer.
Yeah. Yeah, Ray's theme is definitely very distinctive.
Yeah, that's the interesting. I feel like that's kind of interesting. It's not really like a lot of the other themes, but then again, you don't have a ton of female main characters, so damn liberals.
Fuck. All right.
I just saw.
Into my Star Wars.
I just saw a damn post that says "We stand with Roseanne."
Oh God!
Are we back to this again?
Speaking of liberals, the Republicans have got something to say.
I mean, damn! You don't have to fucking. You didn't have to reference Planet of the Apes. You could have referenced Sammy.
Anything.
Or I have an idea. Maybe people should just not be on Twitter. I'm just thinking, like I come home and between me and my wife, just between the two of us, we say some wrong shit. We straight up say stuff that would get both of us fired. You know what we don't do? We don't say that shit while eating our Hello Fresh dinners that she made that night and be like, you know what? That's some funny shit. I'm gonna go on and just drop the N-word on Twitter just to see what happens. We don't. We're like, all right, well, we said what we said. We made each other laugh, and now it's time to do some other things. We don't immediately go on Twitter. Like, I don't understand this need for people to put their opinion on Twitter that you know is going to get you into trouble.
Yeah. Especially when you are a celebrity with, over millions of followers.
Dude, we have 0.0000001% of the listeners out there in terms of a podcast, right? That's our audience, 0.0001. And I don't fucking want to put anything out there that's going to be that, that ridiculous that's going to get me into trouble. And I'm nobody. Why would you risk everything? But just keep your fucking mouth shut, Roseanne, and Phil Maher and all these people. Ugh.
All right, Robert Cooper. Here we go. Now, I'll ask you guys. Do you guys want to switch them up for the rest of the? I'll let Mark go first, and then Coop go second, or keep it the way it is.
No, this is a fucking trap. You know exactly what these questions are.
I'm asking you a question.
You know what these questions are. This is a trap.
Here.
This is a trap. You know that. You know that the next.
Not here yet.
You know that the next question. It's a screaming boy. You know that the next question is going to be how many fibers are intertwined in a shredded wheat biscuit, and you're trying to get me to take it. So no, we'll just keep things the way they are.
All right, then.
Take the shredded wheat biscuit. You have to call it Daddy first.
Take it all the way.
Can you take it all the way?
Can you take it all the way?
All right.
Can you shove it in my face?
He had that guy had a meltdown here in Marietta. I mean, it was bad.
Scanlon?
Nice.
Yeah, it was bad.
Scanlon was such a fucking douche.
It was bad. And he was accusing some dude in the front row of stealing his house. I mean, it was on video. I mean, they taped this shit. Somebody had it taped it. Somebody had it on their phone, and it got picked up by, and we weren't the only location he'd done this. He had done this in like 2 other locations on the way here. Had another fucking meltdown. The band leaves the stage while he's out there accusing everybody of shit, and they play like maybe 2 songs, and that's the end of the show.
Nice.
And then, I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
You know what just occurred to me?
What?
So I have been wanting to, as Sean Comer suggested, go through the entire Jeff Johns run on Green Lantern, but some of that stuff's out of print. I bet I could find it on Read Comics Online.
Maybe you should check that site out sometime, Mark Radulich.
I wish someone had told me about it.
Yeah, I bet you do. All right, Robert Cooper, here we go.
Really out of print, though?
Some of it
is. His run was fantastic.
Some of the individual stuff is like individual trades are now out of print, but you can. But there are 3 Jeff Johns omnibuses that are pretty expensive that are on my Amazon wish list currently. But it's really not necessary for me to get those omnibuses because I can just go to Read Comics Online, and I can't believe I can't believe that this has been out there for this long and no one's ever told me about it.
Come here, horsey. Play the fucking clip.
Hang on, I got it. I got you.
Gosh. All right, Robert Cooper.
Do you drink after these shows, just out of curiosity?
I should start. Han Solo.
Han Solo.
I know. I stopped, and I should have just continued to go.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Han Solo obtains the rank of General, Commander, or Admiral during the Galactic Civil War.
Galactic. Okay. Oh, one fucking Admiral. Yeah.
General, Commander, or Admiral?
Commander?
Wrong.
Ooh, that is in. Oh, damn.
What was it, Mark Radulich?
General. By the time he gets to the Battle of Endor, he's a general.
Very good, very good. But there are no steals in this game, Mark Radulich, unfortunately.
I feel like I should be able to steal that one.
No, you feel wrong, sir.
No, I feel very right.
Everybody else that talks to you probably does. They feel wrong as well. All right, question 14 for Mark Radulich.
What the fuck
here.
does that mean? Go ahead.
Yoda. Yoda is...
How many wrinkles are on Yoda's brow?
Close.
How many are in his bald sack? That's what I was going to go with.
Close. Yoda is 700, 800, or 900 years old when he passes away.
900.
Oh, damn, that is correct.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as you were like, Yoda is. I'm like 900 years old.
Oh, wow. Well, we got a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting down to it. We are closing in at the end of this album and closing at the end of this Star Wars Championship trivia.
Do you have a tiebreaker?
Do I have a tiebreaker? No,
yeah.
but I can come up
with one. You know what the tiebreaker is going to be? Who won the cover? Who won the cover show?
That's brilliant. That sounds like a plan.
I'm about to end this fucking show. All right.
That's good. That's good. You know, we ended on a high note.
All right. This is the departure of the Boba Fett. All right, that seems as good a place to end that one as any. That's probably my favorite one off of here. Just like I remember the whole and that part of Empire Strikes Back where Boba Fett's leading the ice cube that is Han Solo off of Bespin, off of Cloud City, and that whole chase scene. It's good stuff there, and I really like the way they dealt with it on the album.
Yeah, it was pretty heavy. I was just listening to it again. I remember hearing this originally going, I'm trying to place where it was in the movie, so I'm glad you told me what scene it was, because, man, it's been forever since I've seen Jedi. I'm talking like probably at least more than a decade. Empire. That's how long.
It's Empire.
Oh, Empire. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Empire.
I get a point.
No, you do not.
I mean, you have a point, but I don't know if you necessarily get one.
So, anyway, yeah, it's good, heavy stuff. Coop?
Yeah, I like the little integrations of the other themes again, just like the had a little bit of Imperial March kind of sleeping on in there. It was pretty nice. I need to watch Empire again and Jedi. I need to watch all of them. I bought them on Blu-ray, even though it was a dude that just kept the DVDs. Like, he bought the 2-pack, like, you know, that had the double as a DVD and Blu-ray, and just sold the Blu-rays. I mean, he got like $35 off of me. So hey,
well, not bad.
Not a bad deal at all. Yeah, it was pretty solid. I really liked the track.
Speaking of the watching order, Mark, you just ran a poll on your Facebook there. What won?
Machete.
Machete order
is best girl.
Yep.
I love Machete order.
All right. Okay. Are you guys ready for it?
Of course, my daughter fucking taps out 5 minutes into the Battle of Hoth, so whatever.
I first learned of the Machete order, and I was like, here we go. I'm going to watch the Machete order. You ready, Kira? Yep, A New Hope. All right, here we go.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we get to Empire, and it's like, okay. Yeah, well, she's not interested. I guess there's no sense in me wasting time again. Go ahead.
You want to hear some bullshit? So, like, I think it was Sunday. The kids are like, hang out with us. Let's all do something together. Like, my wife went to a baby shower for one of her friends. So I was home alone with the kids, and I'm like, hey, let's all get together. Let's watch a movie. And I'm like, what are we going to watch? I'm like, you're going to watch one of the greatest movies of the 80s. It's called The Karate Kid. And which is currently on Prime. And they, and my son my son spent the entire time trying to fashion a crude tent out of a blanket and his actual tent. I don't really know.
I like that kid.
He was building a fort.
He tried to make a tent out of a tent.
Yeah. So, I think at one point I set the blanket up for him. I'm like, please sit the fuck down. But my daughter watched pretty closely, and at the end of it, she was like, oh, I didn't like the bullies, but I liked. I didn't like that he got hurt at the end, but I liked the fact that he won, and it was okay. I'm like, oh, all right, great. I'm like, do you guys want to watch another movie? My daughter could not could not answer fast enough. Hell no.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Watch it be the Karate Kid too.
Well, I was gonna play for them Rocky 3. That was going to be the next one, but
have they seen Rocky 1 or Rocky 2?
Well, no, my kids are not old enough to be able to get through Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. Those are some slow fucking movies. Yeah, you got to start this group. You got to start this ADHD nation off with Rocky 3. That's a pretty fast-paced movie. And then you get to the main event, which is Rocky 4.
Thank goodness it ended the Cold War.
That's right. All right, go ahead.
All right, Robert Cooper. Lando lost the Millennium Falcon to Han during a bet, raid, or battle.
A bet.
Very good. 1 point for Robert Cooper.
Is this a trick question?
For another point, what was the bet?
Are you asking me from the current movie?
Did you see the current movie?
Unfortunately. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was just largely mediocre.
All right, so you know what the card game is called, then?
When the Sabak?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Jesse.
Wow. Oh, okay. All right, well, Mark Radulich, how old was Padme when she became queen? 12, 14, or 16?
Oof.
Oh, man. Oh, it could be riding all on the line right here.
14.
Oh, there it is. 1 point for Mark Radulich.
You know how I knew that? You know how I knew that?
How?
The Weird Al song. See, this is
Nice.
and that's the queen when he is 9 and she's 14. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, I know. I knew it wasn't 12, and 16 was too old. It was like a really stupid age. 14. There we go. That's how I came to that.
Wow. Well, we are going to... I'm just looking at the next 4 questions. It's going to get interesting. All right. Mark, what's next?
All right.
Drives him nuts when I misquote that.
This is the Emperor. All right. I think Robert Cooper said it before. Like, this has kind of like a black metal feel to it. Some of these songs and
drum pattern, man.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a villain song. I mean, the greatest villain of them all here on the Star Wars franchise, the Emperor, right?
Absolutely.
Oh boy. Well, Robert Cooper, I ask you, sir. I ask you, Obi-Wan Kenobi was born on the planet of Coruscant, Stujan, or Alderaan?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea.
Coruscant, Stujan, or Alderaan?
Let's just go with the fucking Stujan. Why the fuck not? I've never heard of that planet.
1 point for Robert Cooper.
Yay. Because I was like, he is not high class enough to be from Coruscant. And then I really feel that they have the same sort of, I feel like Alderaan's kind of similar. So I was like, let's go to the one I haven't heard on. That sounds kind of like a dinner.
There's Lil Jon and then there's Stu John.
What did you say?
I said there's Lil Jon and then there's Stu John.
Stu John. That's his uncle.
All right, Mark Radulich. What color lasers do X-Wings shoot? Orange, green, or red?
Red.
Come on. Really?
I'm sorry?
Red.
That is correct. Boy, it's a tie game, and we only got one set of questions left, and I may have to figure out a tiebreaker. So, all right.
I can give you a tiebreaker.
No, you are not allowed.
Damn, foiled again. All right.
It was such a good plot.
All right, this next one is Into the Trap. Jesse, do you remember what scene that is in Return of the Jedi?
Not me. No, I let me double check here, and I have to look at the title. I don't remember. No.
It's the attack on the Death Star when they realize that the shields are still up.
Oh, okay.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Do a barrel roll. Oh, wait a
Do a
second.
barrel roll.
Wrong property.
Yeah, wrong Starfighter based property. The tentacles.
Each one of these songs have a great strong vibe to them, and I mean, there's not really anything I can discount from these guys. It's just they're doing a great job of bringing the Star Wars universe to metal.
Yep.
And metal to the Star Wars universe. So can't really say much else other than that.
So on with the
Oh, no, wait a
questionnaire.
Oh, we got to get the questions. Coop, you got anything important to say before I go to questions?
It's a trap.
All right. All right.
Well done.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Question number 19.
What did Admiral Akbar say when they realized the shields were still up?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My balls. It's a trap. Okay. Which of these species' names is never mentioned in the films?
Please, one of them be Klingon.
Ewoks, Wookiees, or Jawas? Ooh,
Jawas.
that is incorrect.
Yeah, they named the Jawa. They say the Jawas by name in A New Hope.
It
Which
was
one was it?
Ewoks.
Really?
They never apparently never call them by their species name.
Nope.
Huh.
Chewbacca's referenced a few times as a Wookiee.
Yeah, I
And-
knew that one.
Yeah, so by process of elimination, it had to be Ewoks.
I didn't know that one.
I went.
Tell us how you did your work again there, Mark Radulich, please.
Well, first the dinosaurs came, but then they all turned to oil.
For all of the marbles right here, this could put Mark Radulich ahead by a point, and he can walk away with the win.
How
So
much-
no pressure.
How
People
much
lost
how much
in
sand is on
2
Tatooine?
straight covers. What does Anakin Skywalker hate the most?
There you go. All right. Yoda claims that Luke's training will not be complete until he...
Defeats Darth Vader.
The answers are discovers the truth about Leia, builds a lightsaber, or faces Darth Vader.
Faces Darth Vader.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your Star Wars champion of the
I'll take it.
Metal
him-
Hammer of Doom.
Yeah,
What'd he say?
He can have it.
he can have it. You know what? Got to validate his 30 years. My own opposite.
Now who's salty? I mean, goodness.
Look at who's throwing a tantrum. It's little baby Cooper.
Oh, I hate losing. I really do.
So I'm out mowing today, listening to this album. I'm like, I'm not really going to have a whole lot to say. I'm like, okay, well, let's do some Star Wars trivia. And I came awful so close to doing, Mark Radulich, is sending Robert Cooper the link to this trivia just so he could get every question right.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, I would have been so mad.
Oh no, but then I would have never. I could have. Yeah, I mean, I would have never told you. Actually, knowing me, I probably would have.
It would have been revealed at the end that when Mark Radulich lost and was so pissed, I would have said something to at least make him that much more mad. That would have been hilarious. But no, I did not. I abstained. I like my third chair here on the Metal Hammer. So
Okay.
I want to keep it.
I'll take the L this time. So, where we have a covers podcast coming up sooner or later.
No, not this year. We're not one where we're picking stuff. Real quick, Robert Cooper, I want to dedicate this next song to you, my friend, and your good sportsmanship.
You tried out for the high school team so you would have some childhood dreams that you and your father could share. Hey! Football coach said, you're too small. Don't even think of basketball, you knew you were destined to fail. Went to the track meet, you want to be an athlete, get stuck in your seat, they say. Go to the dugout, 3 strikes, you struck out, and home runs flew over your head. Looking down on rock and roll, and you dream of scoring goals, you're saving those dreams for your bed. Hey! Thought in school to be a jock, you ended up a renting cop, a dozen donuts in your head. Went to the track meet, you want to be an athlete, get stuck in your seat, they say. Go to the dugout, 3 strikes, you struck out, and home runs flew over your head. Now it seems the table turned, the game of life you should have learned, so try using some of your brains. Hey! All your high school friends are stars, driving really fancy cars, the irony drives you insane.
That's just abuse of power.
Now, is there a metal cover of that for you to play so I can beat you?
Yeah, okay, dick. You're a loser. That was Doggy Dog, by the way.
Nice.
From the album Play Games.
Hey, have you seen? I don't know if it's showing up on yours or not, but have you got a time capsule show up on your Spotify yet?
No.
Okay, well, there's a playlist that pops up for me. I'm sure it's probably buried somewhere, or you might have got an email on it. But anyway, they'll put a time capsule together, and on my time capsule it's got all sorts of shit from the Metal Hammer of Doom that we've listened to over the past year or two that I've been on here. But Dog Eat Dog, No Fronts was on there.
Nice.
So, yeah. Some good shit.
Shit. No fronts, no tricks, no soapbox politics, no Roseanne, no, sorry. No Less Sand. Sorry. All right. You still with us, Robert?
Yes.
Aw. All right. Well, let's end on a positive note here. I won. And now let's move on to the next song. Last song.
Finally, we gotta break that.
Yeah, I won. I won because of my ability, not because fucking Jesse took a side and decided.
I don't want you going 0 for 16. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I really am being an asshole.
This is the battle of Yavin.
Bringing up the Cleveland Browns.
I hear you.
This is the battle. This is the Battle of Yavin, launched from the fourth moon. that's about all I can stand at this point. All right, so listen, a solid A from me for Galactic Empire. I mean, really, like, how could you go wrong with this? It's metal covers of Star Wars music. It's all good. They're a great band. These guys know how to play their instruments. I really have nothing bad to say about it, and you're a loser. Go ahead, Robert Cooper.
I don't remember rubbing it in this much with you.
I told you I would not want to play board games with this guy. I would not want to do it.
I mean, the only thing that's different about if I were in person, I'd probably have fucking farted at him by now.
It's very classy, sir.
Well, yeah, very gassy, actually.
You got to review the album, or are you just going to pout?
I will continue to pout while you continue to gloat. I feel like that would be at least equal.
I want to go to bed. Could you wrap this up?
All right, that's how I can get my revenge.
I can
keep
end
him on here forever.
I can just end the podcast, sir. It's really simple.
I mean, you probably could just get the old bolt gun out, but do you really want to? Do you really want to? All right. So for this album, I give it a solid 3.5 stars because I mean I don't feel like it does necessarily anything like different from the first album. It's just like metal, Star Wars. Even though they threw some black metal in there, and that really made me happy. There was a little bit of djent in there. They had some deathcore breakdowns actually. That was different. So I mean, it was a good album. I greatly enjoyed it. But yeah, I didn't exactly give it like a full 5 or 4, just because like
Yeah.
It was doing something that's already been done technically, and it just did a good job with it regardless. Or as stupid people say, irregardless.
Irregardless. Yeah, I mean, I agree there. It's metal covers. These guys do a great job with them. The only downside is there's nothing original here, but that's not why you come to listen to Galactic Empire. You come to listen to them shred these fucking Star Wars tunes. So, I mean, I've listened to the album at least 4 times, and each time it's easy. It's not a chore to get through. It could be some albums strictly of covers could be really, really bad, and you would be like, okay, I do not want to listen to this anymore. It's not like we had to really dive deep into lyrical content. That's for sure here. So, it does its purpose, and they do it very well.
They're doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Doing it.
Taking it to the streets. Taking it. Anyway. All right, so for the month of June, it's my birthday. This Saturday, as a matter of fact, June 2nd. Yep, the month. I'm like a girl. The whole month of June is my birthday.
Yeah, jeez. My wife's birthday was this past weekend, and she was like, "It's my birthday weekend." I'm like, "You get a birthday, all right? It's a birthday.
Take it the fuck easy." You believe me?
Your role there, Pilgrim.
I have to go through that every September. She's like, "What? Like, what are we doing for my birthday month?" I'm like, Your mom was in labor for 30 days. Wow, that must have sucked.
That would suck. Damn.
Yeah, really.
Sounds like a laborious task.
Oh,
Hi-yo.
There's a lot of levels that one went on, to be honest. You think about it.
All right, so here's the game.
I just had to push it through.
Oh, push it, baby. Push it, baby.
Let's end this podcast and make like a fetus and get a head out.
Well, Jesse Starcher, my goodness. I feel like we need Roddy to just come on here and just scream, Jesse! Like a southern woman. All right.
Oh, Jesse, I do declare.
I do declare. I have the vapors. All right, speaking of the vapors, speaking of Jesse, as a matter of fact, June 6th, we review Lordy, Sexorcism.
Boy.
June 13th, we will be reviewing the new Ghost prequel. On June 20th, we'll be reviewing the new Amorphous, which is Queen of the Nile? No, Queen of Time.
It's going to be good.
And
I've heard
then
one song off there. It's great.
And then June 27th, we review the new Nine Inch Nails EP, Bad Witch. And since we don't have a full album to review, just an EP, we're going to go ahead and throw a couple of extra Nine Inch Nails songs that I think Jesse should listen to. So
I don't ever listen to Nine Inch Nails. That'd be a perfect opportunity.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever really listened to Nine Inch Nails.
Well, I'll get to educate you both then, because I am quite familiar, especially with their older stuff. So, which shows aren't you showing up for, Robert?
I mean, for the next 2 weeks, I'm good. Beyond that, I don't know. We'll find out.
Really? You might miss the Amorphous show. That makes me sad.
That would make me sad. They're one of my favorite bands.
Do you want me to switch Ghost and Amorphous? We'll push up Amorphous and we'll push back Ghost.
I can let you know next week. I'll know the week for the Amorphous show. I'll know my schedule for that week then.
All right. Well, I'd be willing to do that for you. I figure Ghost fans can wait a week to figure out how we can shit on it. Just
Oh man, that's going to be bad if that's the case.
That's going to be bad. I actually like Ghost. But
so do
I.
I'm honestly making a joke, but I've come to realize that the main selling point of the Metal Hammer of Doom podcast is: do you like music? Watch us shit on it.
Yeah.
The main selling point of source material: do you like comics? Watch us shit on them.
Well, the funny thing about Ghost is I've noticed they're super popular because they're like kind of poppy in a way and really just like accessible.
Yeah,
so,
the crowd
kind of dig them a little.
The crowd at Iron Maiden kind of dug them, and that was a crowd that wasn't digging anything but what they came to see, which was Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it's Iron Maiden. I'm sad I didn't get to see Iron Maiden.
Well, I can't wait to talk about them when we talk about the album, because I don't know shit about these guys, but everybody's raving about them. Everybody raves about these guys, so...
Everybody?
They're like Blue Oyster Cult.
Everybody.
And Merciful Fate had a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Robert Cooper, do your plugs.
There's this podcast. I'm on it about once a month at this point, but hey, whenever I'm on, it's on Wednesdays, 9 o'clock. Then there's the Sentai Rider podcast that I've not even watched Tokusatsu in 2 months. If you get on that, it's at SENTARRIDR podcast on Facebook. Hell, I'm barely on Facebook. Let's see, W2Mnet.com. Sean Garmer, he's my buddy. He does, he shares content with us. Yeah, good stuff. Go check it out. I write for them like occasionally, even though I'm like 3 months behind on New Japan, so I can't write articles for them at the moment. God, I'm behind on everything except for basketball. I'm an awful person. And then there's ScrapingTheBottom.com. Kevin, he's my friend. I was on his podcast about a year ago. We had cake. There was a dumpster fire. I got punched in the arm for making Roots references to a black man. I kept telling him, your name is Toby.
Have you been on... You keep plugging the Scraping the Bottom podcast. Is it still going, and have you ever been on it again?
Nope.
Alrighty.
I was, I was like, one day I was like, hey, buddy. I was like, hey, Kevin, you need me to be on there again? And he, liked the, he liked it. Like, as in, like, Instagram-wise liked it. But then that was about it. I'm like, all right, I guess next time I have a Thursday free, I'll just give him a call.
You're on Instagram?
Yeah.
You girl.
Are you on the grind?
On the Instagram?
You big boy.
All right, Yvonne, do your plugs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go give the Radulich in Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great content that we have to offer. There is just about anything out there that we will cover. We talk MMA, we talk movies, we talk comics, we talk TV shows, we talk video games. I will plug my source material YouTube page. If you go to YouTube and maybe type in hashtag source material, that might bring us up. But trust me, there's all sorts of great content that we do here recently, especially for the Metal Hammer of Doom, where me and Mark talk over or commentate, I guess you would say, on some of the videos of the upcoming artists that we're going to be covering. So we have some Lordy videos that we're going to be discussing, and that will probably drop at the beginning of next week. So listen to that here on the network. That's on Spreaker.com. That's where we call our home now. And we're on all sorts of podcast platforms: Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iTunes. You can find us just about anywhere. Just go up to the search box, type in Radulich. That's Radulich. Find the network, subscribe. You won't be disappointed. I'm ready to go to bed. Bring back Roseanne.
All right, calm the fuck down. I like the show too, but seriously. All right, folks, this has been the Metal Hammer of Doom. For the great Jesse Starcher, for the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper, I am your mandated reporter and frankly unmortified Mr. Mark Radulich. Be well, be safe, and may the force be with you, always.
Today's sales leaders face a difficult task, selling the right products at the right time through the right channels. A new 3-day program from Harvard Business School Executive Education addresses this problem directly. Join us on the Boston campus in August for Managing Sales Teams and Distribution Channels, where you will discover strategies that can lead to the best sales performance. Learn more by clicking the banner or visiting hbs.me/sales. That's hbs.me/sales.